Hey Stevie, thank you for the support. I just wanted to say this. Did you know that Latinos own 20% of the banks in America? Now, I have half black and Mexican nieces and nephews. My sister Ebony is married to a Mexican. And I believe he's also Native American as well. So, what that being said is that the way the federal government has been set up is because, number one, they took all of that away from us anyway. And they wouldn't give a lot of us those rights for Native American. And as a Native American member, they have power to own their own police departments, start their own broadcasting stations. They have the power to have free materials for real estate development and construction, a lot of their own escrow companies and mortgage companies. So if you marry to someone that's Latino, of course, especially if you're in my family, I would definitely want you to get a portion of that pie. Because a lot of African Americans have never been able to get loans to even start their business, but they own 20% of the banks in America. So therefore, white privilege has always been. They just switched it over. So if you have a Latino person and you know that they're part of the bank, more likely they're part of the bank membership of ownership. And a lot of times they have escrow companies as well. So why not sit down with them at the table at the bank and get a loan through them? I mean, it makes sense to me to do it that way, especially if it's not going to be given to you. The privileges are not given to you or anyone else or your children. It's not just about having children. I mean, you're supposed to be a family. That's how I look at it. And if someone like me, and I have a cousin whose spouse that happens to be Latino, and they own an escrow company, and I'm a mortgage loan signing agent, and I notarize your loans, of course I'm going to be like, hey, cuz, y'all doing well. You know, you're making millions and billions of dollars a year, right? So, what's wrong with all that? With bringing that to the table when you get married and having that all on the table when you get married versus saying, oh, I don't have no money and maybe, see what you can get and bring and take away from you when all of this is just right there in front of you for you to profit as well, because it's still bloodline, because the kid's still African. Then they got the African, Latino, Native American bloodline as well, but they still have the entitlement. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying, that's how I look at it. I don't understand why a lot of people are involved with people and they're like, oh, it's not like that. It's not like that. No, it is. It is. It's very like that. Because if it wasn't, the way that they act in uniforms, they wouldn't act like, oh, we got all this control and power. It's all day, every day in LA. In LA every day. That's who has all the construction jobs. Why? There's a reason for that. Seriously. It's called a band. It's called a tribe. That's what they call those memberships. So I would assume that, okay, in love and everything. But at the end of the day, I would want my cousin to get $300,000 a month in Native American money membership money. I would want it to be withheld and kept from you when you can get a portion of it. Why should you have your money taken away from you in a divorce if they decide to leave, when all of this is available to them with owning banks and their 20% of ownership of banks and they own escrow companies? That's millions and billions of dollars in escrow mortgages a month that you should be entitled to. Post-nuptial agreement, usually, which is not even filed. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's it for now. Take care.